Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Wulan Melani. I'm from class A3 of the Elementary School Teacher Education Study Program with ID number 23060294. On this occasion, I will present my research proposal entitled Development of Life Worksheet using the problem-based learning model to improve the ability to understand concept in the material of arithmetic operational of grade 5 elementary school student. And the background from the title, many elementary students in Indonesia think math is difficult and boring. This often happens because learning in class is still teacher-centered, not engaging, and does not help students understand concept deeply. As a result, students struggle to understand basic ideas in math, especially integer operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. If students misunderstand integers, it will affect their future math learning, such as algebra and geometry, and even daily problem solving. To improve this, students need learning activities that are active, meaningful, and connected to real life. One citable model is problem-based learning. Problem-based learning starts with a real-life problem. Students work in groups to discuss, learn, investigate, and find solutions. In this research, the life worksheet is designing using problem-based learning and use a market data. This helps students practice integer operation through real-life activity like counting profit and loss. The life worksheet also supports the Pancasila Student Profile Project P5 with an entrepreneurship theme. Therefore, the student aims to develop a problem-based learning-based life worksheet that helps students understand math concept better and learn more actively. The first, how is the process of developing the problem-based learning based life worksheet for 5th grade student? Second, how feasibly or appropriate is the life worksheet according to experts and teachers? Third, how do students respond to the problem-based learning life worksheet? And the last is, can the problem-based learning model improve student understanding of math concept? First, to analyze the development process of the problem-based learning life worksheet. Second, to determine its feasibility based on expert and teacher assessment. Third, to find out student response of the life worksheet. And the last, fourth, is to measure whatever problem-based learning improves student understanding of concept. For teacher, the life worksheet can be used as a reference for teaching integer operation in grade 5. For students, the life worksheet can help students understand integer operation more easily and improve their conceptual understanding. For schools, the developed life worksheet can support better learning practice at school. The first life worksheet, learning material made use Canva, containing summaries, instructions, steps, and exercise to help students learn independently or in groups. Second, problem-based learning, a learning model that begins with a real problem. Students work together to understand the problem, gather information, investigate, and present solution. Third, conceptual understanding, the ability to explain and use math concept, give example, represent ideas, and solve problem correctly. The fourth is integer operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division involving positive, negative number, and zero. Problem-based learning on the constructivism and focus on solving real problems, Mayasari et al. 2022, Mailasari et al. 2020, Mubarak et al. 2024. Life worksheet theory helps students understand materials better and must include clear competence and attractive design, Imaimung 2020, Wahyuni et al. 2021. Conceptual understanding theory, students must understand concept, give examples, represented ideas, and apply them, Hareva et al. 2022, Damayanti and Anita 2023. Integer operation theory. Integers include positive number, negative number, and zero with rules to each operation, Arianto et al. 2023. Hypothesis from research proposal is problem-based learning can improve the conceptual understanding of 5th grade students. Next is method study. Method research used in research and development, our R&D, which aims to produce a product education into a form of life worksheet based on problem-based learning. R&D is selected because students not only aim test something theory, but more to develop, validate, improve, and test effectiveness product that can use in a way direct in learning. Research this refers to the Birch and Gull development model, a model that has been lots used in study education because systematic, structured, and encompassing stretch from identification problem until final product ready use. Stage study start with study introduction, namely the process of collecting information about problems that occur in the field, analyze needs, collection reference theory, as well as review study previously related problem-based learning, life worksheet, and understanding draft mathematics student. Stage next is validation expert, done by two lecturer mentor and practitioner. First, expert validate aspect material mathematics, including accuracy draft number round. Second, expert validate aspect pedagogy, life worksheet design, and suitability with the problem-based learning model. Validation this ensure the contents of the life worksheet are correct, logical, systematic, and appropriate use in learning. After obtaining input, researchers do revision first according to the advice of expert live worksheet, which has been revised dance as the truth trials limited to 10 students for now, level understandability, clarity instructions, as well as response beginning student. Trial result limit use for repairing back to live worksheet. Next, live worksheet is tested in large scale with truth trials with 20 students from schools different stage. This test do worksheet effective in condition higher light class deserve. Besides that, researchers do validation both by user, teacher, and audience student through questionnaire scale out attitude. For evaluate confiance usage clarity instruction, level sheet display, and relevance contents. Stage and in product testing, namely analysis effectiveness of label sheet through comprehension, pretest, and post-test score if have an improvement significant to understanding drop student, then the life worksheet is stage effective and ready produce as final product. With systematic stage, this R&D method ensure that life worksheet doesn't only valid from aspect theory but also practical, interesting and effective increase understanding drop mathematics student. Subject and location. Part subject and location study explain place and questioning a participant involved in the trial process product. Trial consent conducted at West Bandung Elementary School on two stage. First, trial limited involving 10 student class 5th and implemented at one school based in West Bandung. Second, trial with conducted at other school in the same area with involving 20 student class 5th. Division to stage this aim for ensure this the feasibility of live worksheet both on a scale small and large scale big. Next is instrument study. Instrument research use consists of random test instrument and instrument test. On the instrument non-test, researchers use studies documentation and questionnaires. Study documentation function for obtain data during activity stay student during learning process ongoing, while contemporary use for measure response student towards problem-based learning based life function. On the instrument test, use questionnaire description for obtain data regarding ability understanding draft mathematics, especially in the material additional number round. Instrument test, this become reference in evaluate change ability student after using the developed like worksheet. Next is procedural study. Procedural study follow the R&D model which refers to the step development birch and call. Produce this shall become three-stage main. The first stage preparation. At the stage this done studies and introduction for gather information beginning about condition existing learning and problems relate the material being researched. In addition that planning is also carried out research that include formulation objective, preparing founding needs, as well as qualification researchers needed. Second, level implementation. Stage implementation covers completion draft life worksheet, which consists of from determination design product, facilities, and infrastructure, as well as stage implementation of the trial. Next, then trial limited and revised where the live worksheet is tier in scale small for get input beginning. After revision, it was carried out trials area involving more lot participant and more from one school. Foresee consistently eligibility product. And the last, third, is stage evaluation. Stage evaluation done in ways sustainably during the implementation process. Evaluation done through validation expert, good from lecturer, mentor, and practitioner, teacher, and student, as well as rough input from trial result limited of trials area. Evaluation result become best revision for perfecting live worksheet to worthy use and product end. Next, procedure data processing. Procedure data processing in study this use approach quantitative and qualitative in way simulational mixed method. Quantitative data obtained from validation expert, questionnaire response student, as well as results to the student in the form of pretest and post-test score. While qualitative and data originate from questionnaire open and documented during the learning process, such as photos, notes filled, and result work student. All of this data process for evaluate validity product, reliability instrument, response user, as well as effectiveness of live worksheet. For quantitative data, analysis start with validation expert, the result of which not in from score on the sheet validation. Score is then counted the percentage use formula eligibility, percentage validity that customized with table criteria. 81 until 100% very valid. Stage is determine is live worksheet suitable, test, try, or need revision. Next, the response data student through questionnaire process using SPSS. Each grants questionnaire entered as variables, then test its reliability using Cronbach alpha. Instrument questionnaire state reliable if alpha value is generated grade big of 0.70 after reliability fulfilled. Completed, average, and percentage response student. Percentage this determine whether response student classified as very good, good enough, or not good enough. The most important data is pretest and post-test score are used for measure effectiveness of live worksheet. Student scores input to SPSS. This test is normality using Shapiro-Wilk. If the data is normally distributed, the research do pair sample t-test. For now, difference significant between mark before and after use of live worksheet. Research can give proof strong that problem-based learning based live worksheet feasibly and effective use in the learning mathematics in grade 5.